Every day starts with posing check-ins for Gary. So we're going to set up our light. Set up the posing setup. And go into some posing. Voiceover Matt here. What you're seeing now are relaxed poses, mandatory poses that are required for bodybuilding competitions, displaying the front, the back and the side, showing symmetry and muscularity. I'll save the muscularity poses for later, so something to look forward to in the full show video. Stay tuned. So here we are. I expected to wake up at 5 AM this morning, but this guy woke up at 10. So we'll see how we get on. This week is peak week for my competition, my bodybuilding show, as a first time natural athlete. So what we have planned this week is a deplete, meaning that we are very low carbs, depleting our body to look very dry. And then close to show date, what we're going to do is introduce a lot of carbohydrates to fill the muscles out and make my physique pop. So join me today as a full day of eating, full day of what I'm doing, just a day in the life of Matt in the deplete. This morning was an interesting one. Yesterday was the first day of the deplete, eating the small amounts of carbs. I think it might have hit me last night as I set some alarms for 5 AM. This guy woke up at 10 AM, so I've got some catch up to do. So I just checked in with coach, just making sure that he knows what my morning weight is. And we've had a crazy one this morning because I slept in a little bit. I lost nearly 10 pounds overnight, and that's just the power of cycling water and not eating many carbs at all. The body's looking dry, like striations everywhere, and my glutes are even showing some definition now, which is what I'd like. It's really cool, it's really awesome to see. I'm just checking on the YouTube channel as well. I got some nice comments to my recent video and I'm really happy about that. Everything's going well. Let's get into the first meal of the day. So this week with the deplete, we're following the peak week plan. Meal 1 out of 7 consists of steak. We've got some really lean steaks here, and that'll just get us through. We want kind of low fat on the steak. Some green vegetables. So I've chosen green beans, but also broccoli in some meals for the day, and 2 types of oil. So we'll have a flaxseed oil and olive oil, and little bits of salt, but that's sort of all I'm eating. Chicken as well. Let's cook it all. Is our water intake for the day, plus about 3 of these. 3 doses of creatine spaced out throughout the day. Since I woke up late, this is going to be a challenge, so let's get straight into the water drinking marathon. Cheers! Got here 2 cups of green beans. Cook those up. So we'll put these steaks in for about 10 to 12 minutes in the air fryer. Now, I put them in the air fryer because I'm very lazy. It just means that I can leave them and then prepare the rest of the stuff, and I don't have to like turn them on the grill. It's very lazy, but you know. Got some precise work here with the chicken, as the amounts that we need to use are very specific, and so we're just going to cut up the pieces and then cut the whole lot for the whole day, so when it comes to it I can just grab the meal. bit of already cooked. Cooking the meats this morning without any oils, and that's because I'd like to add the oils in after cooking, because I'm prescribed a certain amount of oil to intake per meal, and so I'm doing it this way, where I add the oil in afterwards, and I'll show you my nice devices that I've got to put oil on in a moment. So all our chicken for the day is cooked here, it's great. And all our steak for the day is also cooked. Wonderful. So, our chicken and steak for the rest of the day is all boxed up. We're going to go ahead and complete our first meal. So we've got 2 cups of veggies here, we've got our steaks. And we're going to add some flaxseed oil with this handy dandy little device. So we're going for I think 12 grams. So I get somewhere near, there we go, 12, 13, that's good, 13 grams. Just start the day, and just have a quarter teaspoon of salt on the meal. Very nice. So, bit of a delayed start, but I'm going to tuck into this awesome meal, and I'll see you in the next meal.
12 seconds later.
Forever waiting for veg to cook. But I like it warm, I don't want a cold meal. Finished meal 1. And oh my gosh, the steak in the morning is one of the best things. But now I know I'm going on to the chicken now, it's a little less exciting. But we've got the chicken here, I've prepped. So we're going to whack it on with some green beans and olive oil and a little bit of salt. From a different point of view, peak week is really just eating and chilling. So I'll be following the plan and just relaxing. I'm watching a lot of YouTube at the moment and doing some video editing where I can. I'm going to be filming today's training. One of my friends is coming to the gym to train with me and film. So that'll be nice. We can get some training footage in peak week. Peak week training is quite easy. I'll talk a little bit on that on the journey down to the gym. There we go. Broccoli. The forest has been deforested. I'll put some of it into a bowl like this for later, my next meal, and then I'll put some in the fridge so it's easy. Just making things easier for myself since I've got low energy at the moment. So whilst we're waiting for the veg to cook, I'll talk a little bit about my mentality at the moment. So I'm not hungry, which is so strange. When my coach told me about 2 months ago, he said, this prep is going to be hard. Your first prep is going to be the hardest prep ever. I haven't experienced any tiredness, no hunger, which makes it sound easy, right? But it hasn't been easy. Just doing the plan has been a change to my normal life. Doing this peak week where I'm eating a specific amount of each meat that's very restricting, like all I can eat is just chicken, steak, veg, that's it. That's all I can eat. I'm drinking so much water, I need to finish that off today. It's restricting, but I think it takes a certain type of person to enjoy bodybuilding, and I am that person. So I find joy in restricting myself, which is interesting. But I'm really loving the process, and I'm really excited for show day. I'm just so excited. Okay, so we'll go with the olive oil. Turn this thing on. These little jugs are cool because you can pour and spray. Try and demonstrate that now. It's easy to put too much on though. Aiming for 14 grams here. So yeah, so we've got 12, and then you can spray here and just make it to 14. Come on, scale, change. It must not spray that much. 13, 14, perfect. That's ideal. No salt with this meal, just as it is really. Does it look good? Tell me what you think. Meal 2, about to go down. Just watching some #Brady on the YouTubes. It's good. It's funny. Funny guy. In between meals, you'll find me watching YouTube, but also editing videos. At the minute, I'm editing a video of how I make my ice creams. I'll give you a little preview. It's a nice photo of my ice cream there. There we go, that's the hook. Did it hook you in? Just prepping some more vegetables now for the meals later in the day. So coach has asked me, well, first of all I said to him, these are the green vegetables that I like. And then he said back, yeah, okay, so go with green beans for 2 meals of the day and broccoli for the remaining 4 meals. So I said, yeah, sure, that's great. So there's a lot of broccoli going on, a lot of green beans going on too. Now I'll just chop up some of the beans into this bag for some of the meals to come later. There's our bag of green beans. That's for later. Just preparing meal 3 now. Meal 3 is more of a copy of meal 2, but just with a bit of salt. So it's the exact same meal. Apart from the veg just changes to broccoli. Broccoli is one of my favourites. But yeah, broccoli is on. Since meals are so repetitive, it really puts me in a timeless zone. So even though I'm eating every 2 hours and I need to do certain checkpoints at certain times, life just feels like it's timeless. And there's a meal coming, sure, but it doesn't faze me, and it's an interesting time. And there's so many temptations around, like seasonings even, or some protein powder that I'd usually make Emperor oats with, which I love every morning. A lot of things that I can't have, but I'm in the process and I'm happy about it. Broccoli with oil is so damn nice. But I tell you what, if I had a potato right now, man, I'd be in heaven. So here we have meal 4, which is our pre-training meal. We have no oil with this one, just chicken, broccoli, and a little bit of salt. Do the salt now. So we've got 1/8 of a tablespoon or teaspoon, 1/8 of a teaspoon. I always mess this one up. Yeah, there we go. That salt will give us a nice bump. So I'm going to eat this meal and go down to the gym. Ooh, looking forward to this one. Get the heating on a bit. It's a bit cold in the UK at the minute. It's 13 degrees apparently. But it just hits a bit harder when you don't have much body fat. It feels like I'm cold most of the time. So today's training session is going to be a lower body session. The main lift, I think, is the 45-degree back extension, where I'd usually do a Romanian deadlift. However, in peak week, we don't want to put too much fatigue on our system, on the body. So instead of doing a deadlift, we're going to do a back extension just to hit the glutes and the hamstrings and the posterior chain, but in a less fatiguing way. Then we're going to some leg press. And from there, we're doing exercises that I'm familiar with and that have been running in my program for a while now. But just at like reduced loads and reduced like rate of perceived exertion. Just so that I'm not overloading my body with like tissue damage, as we want the muscles to be ready for show day. But the main objective of today is to get a pump in the muscles and deplete glycogen in the muscles. And to do that, all you need to do to deplete the glycogen in the muscles is eat what we've been eating, you know, the chicken, the vegetables, not many carbs at all, and then go ahead and go to the gym and use that glycogen that is currently in the muscle by working out. We don't need to push it too hard, we don't need to work out like we're in there to progress or grow muscle. We've already grown that muscle in the off season. We grew a crazy amount, and really the results are showing now. So we're going to meet up with a friend at the gym, the same friend who is coming to film the show day, which I'm really excited about. You can see the backstage, the comparisons, all of that, all because of him. He's taken a camera and he's going to film some great shots. I'm really excited about that, so we can make a nice video. Yesterday's training wasn't so hard. It was an upper body day with about 7 exercises. You know, your chest, your back. I had actually 3 back exercises, which was interesting. Maybe my coach is thinking, well, you've got a lot of glycogen in the back's a big muscle. I'm only guessing here, but I did about 6 sets on the back, easy sets. So we had 1 machine row, 1 lat pull down, like a wide lat pull down, and a dumbbell high row, which I actually really like. At first I didn't like that exercise, but now once I've done it a little bit more, I really enjoy it. It's good. I also adjusted my hand position a little bit after my coach reviewed my form, and just doing that, it makes it a lot better, you know. It's important that you enjoy what you do in the gym, it really is. And if you don't, it's worth tweaking it. Even though it's not optimal, in the best case scenario, what you're doing is optimal and you enjoy it. But it's better that you enjoy it than it being super duper optimal, if that makes sense. So take what you enjoy and what is optimal and sort of make it your own. That's it. After the session today, we've got 14 minutes of cardio. Now it's really specific that, right? Why didn't the coach just give me 15? I don't know, it's weird. But I think the idea there is to further deplete glycogen in muscles and just get my heart going and burn perhaps a little bit of fat, because I'll be working in the medium sort of intensity range, which is the fat burning zone. So it's not hard cardio, it's comparable to like a light jog, where at the minute I'm not jogging, of course, but I'll be using the elliptical because it's very low stress on the joints. It's sort of like you float in a way, you're just sort of working away like that. So we'll work up a sweat there after the session. I'll see you in the gym. On the elliptical. And we're just getting the blood flowing before the workout. Because we can't have no injuries, not on peak week. Watching some TV. we made it to cardio. Great session, feeling good. Let's get this cardio done, get a sweat on. Nearly there. Oh. That was tough. Oh, so that was the training session. It was quite easy. It was quite a good one. We'll leave the gym now. I gotta say that 45-degree back extension was harder than I thought it would be. I haven't done that exercise in a long time. I was sort of picking the weight, thinking, yeah, this is an easy weight compared to what I was using a couple of months ago. But now, wow, you do lose some strength in prep, especially if you don't keep that exercise in the routine. Man, great workout though. I had a good chat with my mate as well, who's going to be filming on Saturday and Sunday. And he's excited, I'm excited, it's all great. I've got a big sweat on from that elliptical work. It was tough. Sometimes you got to put yourself in the third person and like play as if you're the character and just battle through the struggles. Especially in a time like now, where, you know, if you don't want to do something, you don't want to do your cardio, you don't want to do your posing, you just got to sort of lock in, view yourself from a third person, like you are the player, and you just do it. And in prep, I sort of flirt between being in present and being in the third person, just to get things done smoothly. I never miss a day, never miss a meal, never miss a training session, never miss a macro. And that's sort of how I do it with my mentality. Yeah, so we'll go home, we'll get meal five, the post-training meal in, and I'll see you at home for that. So we're back home from training, and now we've got a little meal, which is nice. This one is the most exotic meal of the day. I'll show you what we got. We're going to be having 27 grams of whey protein. That's it. But coach didn't describe how he'd like me to have it, so I'm having it Matt's way. So there we have it. Meal 5. Meal 5 is underway. I'm going to enjoy this pot of gold. This is what it tastes like. It tastes like a pot of gold right now. It tastes so damn good. Also, we've got our second dose of creatine today. 5 grams 3 times a day. That's the plan for deplete. But also worth noting that this water in here is part of the allotted 10.5 litres. That's important. Here it is, the joy of the day. So I'm using the small spoon here, as it makes it easier for me to eat it slowly, enjoy it, as it's one of the most enjoyable bits of food today. With the elephant thing on top. That was real nice. It was real nice. Meal 5 is one of my favourites, I think, on the plan. So now I need to log my training. So basically put this paper-based bit onto the computer and then send it over to coach, see what he says. So just as I'm finishing that, my coach messaged me saying the shots look great from this morning and he'd like to see more photos again tonight to see how the physique changes as I introduce the food and the water, so he can make a better calculation on what he would like to eat, for me to eat on Saturday and Sunday where I'll be reintroducing carbs like tenfold to what it is now. Maybe more than that, maybe more than tenfold what it is right now, which is exciting. I'm looking forward to that because it's going to be yummy. I'm going to be eating all nice stuff. Yeah. He also said the weight loss that I had this last night, the 10 pounds nearly, that's to be expected and nothing to freak out about, so that's fine. Yeah. So I'm going to go and do some posing practice now and send those photos over to coach to see what he thinks. So I'll do another one of those on Friday, and that's all the practice I'll need for show day, which is great. So sort of what I'm doing there is 20 minutes of posing. It works out to be about 4 rounds of continuous posing, hitting the pose for 10 seconds and then moving on to the next pose, holding it and kind of simulating what show day would look like with the same pattern. So you do your relaxed poses, your muscularity poses, and then go on to another round of posing. I'm expecting 2 rounds at the actual show, so we're doing 4 rounds to practice, just to to overemphasize the conditioning that I'll need to hit the poses. It ain't easy. So I'll send those photos over to Gary and see what he thinks. Now at the moment, after posing practice, my energy sort of hit a wall, and I realised as I was messaging my coach, like I don't have the energy for this. So luckily most of the work is out of the way. What I intend to do tonight is video editing, quite a lot of video editing, the ice cream video, and start editing this video if possible. And I'd like to do some posing routine practice over in the garage, so it'll give Gary a different perspective of what my physique looks like in a different light, so it can help him calculate what he wants to give me on Saturday and Sunday food wise. So we'll go and eat this meal and enjoy it. Hopefully gain some energy back from this meal. You know, the meal with nearly no carbs in it. We'll see. So I'm making meal 6 now. Hold on, let me check the plan. Okay, so it's all of that. Didn't need to weigh it. Interesting. Broccoli, slightly more broccoli than the last meal, and then the remainder of the chicken for the day. Super awesome. Meal 6 is going down. We've got lots of veggies there, and this meal is different again because we've got a crazy amount of olive oil in here of 23 grams, which is a lot. So 1/8 of a teaspoon salt. Nice. Let's go eat.
2 hours later.
So the last meal of the day is going down now. We've got meal 7, the before bed meal, which is 6 p.m. We've got top round steak. So we've got a nice bit of steak. The bit that we cooked this morning, the rest of that we're going to have now. Which is a nice treat to start and finish the day. It's so nice. In comparison to the chicken, I prefer the steak much more. It's got so much more flavour and a bit more fat in it, which is probably why I enjoy it a bit more. We've got lots of nice veg, broccoli again, and then some flaxseed oil, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and that'll finish the day. I'll post the total macros and calories on screen, but it's not a right lot, in other words. So we're going to add our salt now. We've got 1/8 of a teaspoon. That's good. Wonderful. We've got the last meal of the day here, meal 7. We're also got the third dosing of creatine today, and the last remaining bit of the water that I need to drink. We're watching some Coach Greg on the YouTube, and we'll go and enjoy this meal. We're in the garage now. We are practicing our posing routine, which is very much a secret, so you will not see it until the video releases on show day. But we've got a nice setup here. We've got a nice backdrop, all black, so you can see the contrast from the muscles to the background. It's all good stuff, perfect for practicing. I set this up maybe a couple months ago, well worth it. It's helped me a lot throughout prep, and has got me to be a good poser, or as good as I am now, which you'll see later. Before we move on, I need to prepare my skin. I've been doing this for maybe 4 or 5 weeks now, so I need to shower and exfoliate with a simple light body wash. I'm using this funny glove here. It's like a really fine sandpaper sort of thing, and you rub it on the skin and it takes off the dead skin, and it prepares the skin for tanning. So all this effort just for a tan, right? And then after I've done that, once I've dried off, moisturize the whole body. I've gone through like 6 of these little tubs. They go in like 2 days. And then on show day we should be okay to accept the tan, and it should look good. So, posing practice done. Posing routine practice done. It went really well. I'm happy with how it turned out, and hopefully I can replicate that exact scene on show day. Now, I'm aware that there's potentially 2 times that I'm going to be competing and 2 routines potentially, so I might change one of them slightly with the same song, just a few different poses, you know, just thinking how I can do that to make it look cool and suit the categories that I'll compete in. So we've got the last bit of water to go down. Nice. And we can finish the day there. Wednesday complete. Alright, so if you made it this far in the video, you might as well subscribe. You might as well do. More videos to come like this. And Sunday is competition day, so we'll be filming the whole weekend. Make sure you tag along, make sure you put those notifications on so you can see that video, because it's going to be a banger. So that's a full day of what I'm doing in the deplete phase, sort of just dreaming about that refeed, trying to enjoy the moment. My coach has been telling me that this suffering that I'm having right now in this peak week is the part that I will remember fondly in the future. So just trying to be present in the moment, just trying to feel every emotion, and just enjoy myself and be happy, be optimistic about show day, which is easy. With the state of the physique, it's looking amazing. So that's it for the day. I think the sleep protocol is get as much as I can, get as high quality as I can, which I can't dictate, but I've been getting good sleep recently. So I'm going to go to sleep about 8, half 8, when I'm feeling like I'm tired, and try and wake up at 5 AM, as this is the routine that I'm going to get myself into, because on Saturday, the day before the show, I'll be waking up around that time to do a easy training session, pack my stuff, and then get on the road down to the show venue.